Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss Module 10, Basic Router Configuration. In this topic, we'll be concentrating more on the practical part. So for that, we are going to use Cisco Packet Tracer. The topology is already given here. We have a router 0 here, as you can see here. Okay, it is connected to a switch 0, and then the switch is connected to a PC 0. The IP address that need to be configured is given here. Okay, the IP address that need to be configured for the router is also given here. Uh, and you can see there is another PC1 which will be used to configure both router 0 and also the switch 0. So let us directly move to the questions here. And as you can see here, for router configuration, you have to use PC1 to configure both the router and switch. So as you know, for configuring a router or a switch, you have to connect that to a PC. So for connecting a PC to a router for configuration, you will be using the console port. The console cable is given over here. If you go to connections, the second one from here, the blue color one, which is the console cable, you can click this one, go to PC1, select RS232, which is a serial port of the PC or the personal computer. Connect that to the console port of the router. So first we'll start with the router and then we will do it for the switch also. So in this case, what is the first thing to do? Configure the device name and you have to give the name R1. So select PC1. In this case, go to terminal in desktop, go to terminal. In terminal, you don't have to change these settings. Let it remain as such. Click OK. And you can see that already the connection has been made. The switch is up and running. Okay, the post has been finished. The operating system, iOS operating system of the router has been booted up, and you have to press enter. Return means enter to get started. So you can see already the name of the router is given here, and you can see that you can see a greater than symbol, which means that now you are in level 1, the user executable mode. Okay. In order to do anything with the router, to configure the router, you have to go to level 2, which is the privilege exe mode. The privilege exe mode is level 2. For that, you have to enter the command enable and press enter. So now you have entered the privilege exe mode. You can see that by looking at the hash symbol, which means that you are in level 2. In order to configure the terminal, you can enter the command configure terminal. So when you enter that command, you can see that now you are in the configuration mode, which is level 3. So let us look at the first question. The first question is configure the device name, give the name R1. Okay, so for router, we have to give the name R1. So the better way to do this, so that we have to do it also for the switch also. So switch configuration is almost same. Here also you have to give the device name, almost all the things that you are going to do for the router, you have to do for the switch also. Okay, so what we will do is that we will open another notepad, okay, and we will try to enter the commands here so that whichever commands we are entering in the notepad, we'll just copy paste into the router and the switch. So you can do in any way, you can directly enter through the terminal, or whichever commands you are entering here, just copy and paste it in the notepad, another notepad file, which will be easy for you if you want to copy and paste the same commands in the switch also. Anyway, we'll just do it here and then we'll copy it from here. Hostname R1, that is the command you have to enter. Okay, the router should be named as R1. So you can see that now the name of the router is R1. I'll do one thing in the meantime. I'll just copy and paste this one. Okay, so for copying and paste, I have to copy this, come here, right click and paste. Okay, by mistake, I pressed the Control C. If you press the Control C or the Control Z, what will happen is that you will be redirected to level 2, which is the privilege exe mode. So because of that, again I have to enter the command configure terminal, and again I'll go to the configure mode. Okay, so hostname R1 I've already entered, and you can see that already you are in R1. Okay, your host name has become R1. I'll just copy that command here so that I can use it for the switch also. Okay, let us go to the next thing to do. Secure the user exe mode. Use password Cisco. So secure the user exe mode basically means that you have to secure the console. Console is the way in which you can enter into the user exe mode. We have the console. The name of the console is 0. We have only one console port. Okay, so you have to enter the console by using the command line console 0. So you are now in level 4, which is the configure line mode or the line configuration mode. What is the password to give? The password should be Cisco. So I'll just enter the command here. The password is Cisco. That's all. And to enable this password for the user exe mode, you have to use the command login. That's all. So we have got 3 commands. I'll do one thing. I'll just copy paste these commands. Just hold on. Okay. So now let us go to the next question that we have. Secure the privilege exe mode using password class. So in this case, what we have to do is that we have to secure the privilege exe mode, or which mode is that? The command that we use to enter to privilege exe mode is enabled, and you have to give the password, which is class. In this case, it is asking secure the privilege exe mode only. Usually, it will be given. You have to secure the privilege exe mode using a secret password, or it is also called as an encrypted password. Okay, so if it is asked as encrypted password, you have to enter the command like this. Now you are in the configuration line configuration mode. Don't forget to exit that mode. Okay, you should be coming back to the config mode again. So if it is the secret password or the encrypted password, you have to give. So the command will be enable. It is secret. Okay, and it is class. Okay, if it is unencrypted, if it is not secret, if it is unencrypted, the password you have to give the command like this. This is the command you have to type: enable password. For example, if the password is hello, unencrypted, I'm talking about. In that case, you can give the unencrypted password as enable password hello, or whatever the password is asked for. Fine. Let us go to the next question now. If you have to secure the remote access for VTY lines 0 to 15, and here also the password is hello. Okay. So for VTY lines, you have to again go for the line mode, the line configuration mode. So line VTY 0 to 15, because in the question it is asked for VTY line 0. Even if it is not asked, the line numbers are not asked, we can directly give 0 to 15 or 0 to 4. Okay, what is the password? The password that need to be given is again hello, so just give that. And in order to enable the password for the line VTY, you have to give the last command as login. So don't forget these commands. I'll just copy these commands to my notepad also, so in case I don't forget. So enable secret class, I'll just copy this and I will paste it here. Enable password also if you want, if it is asked only. In this question it is not asked, but still I'll just copy it. The line VTY, this is for the line configuration, so just remember this for the line VTY 0 to 15. The password for the VTY is hello, so that is the next thing. I'll just copy and paste it in my notepad, and also the login command, which I'll be pasting it here. Okay, now let us go to the next question. Encrypt all plain text password. So you have to just exit the line configuration mode. And what is the command? To encrypt all plain text passwords. So the command is service password encryption. So please don't forget this command. Service password encryption. I'll copy this command and I'll just paste it here. Okay. So once that is done, I forgot to type here exit here also. After login, exit is needed. Okay, let us go to the next question now. Encrypt all plain text password finished. Now provide legal notification. You have to give a banner message of the day, and this is the message that I need to give. So what I can do is I can just copy the question, the message. I'll just copy here, and the command is banner motd. After that, you have to give a hash sign. Okay, paste this one here, and after the message is completed, you can put a hash sign. So hash sign before the message and a hash sign after the message, which will indicate that it is the starting of the message and this is the end of the message, and you can press enter after that. So banner motd is done. The last thing you need to do is you have to save the configuration to the startup config. So before that, again I will just copy this command and I will paste it in my notepad here. Okay, the next thing is you have to save the configuration to the startup config. So as we know that there are two configuration files. One is the running configuration file and the next one is the startup configuration file. The running configuration file which exists in the RAM is used for saving the configuration as we type. Okay, it is a temporary saving file in which all the configuration that we are currently typing is getting saved. But the problem with running configuration file is that it might get deleted if you switch off the router or switch off the device. So what you have to do is that you have to save all the configuration in the startup config. So for that, first of all, you have to type end, which will take you to level 2 or the privilege exe mode. You have to run the command copy running config and the startup config. So this is the command you have to type. Instead of typing like this, you can just type copy run start also, so that it will ask you what is the destination file name, startup config, press enter, and you should be able to get a message. Okay, so I'll just copy these commands in my notepad one more time. Mm, and after that I'll just paste it here, and the next one is copy run start. Just copy it here and I will paste it here. So almost all the commands for this we have completed except for these ones. Now you have to configure interface FA0/0 with IP information as given below. So first of all, what we have to check is that whether this FA0/0 is available or not. So for that, you can run this command show IP interface brief. It will show you whether which are the interfaces that are available in this particular device. So if the fast Ethernet 0/0 faster than 0/1, the IP address is unassigned. Here also IP address is unassigned. So I just type the command. What is the command? The command is show IP interface brief. You have to run this command in the enable mode or the privilege exe mode. So we are sure that the fast Ethernet interface is available. So for the fast Ethernet interface, give this IP information 192.168.10.1. So I'll just enter that information. So for that, again, you have to go to the configure terminal mode. Okay, interface FA0/0. Okay, and you have to give the IP address. What is IP address? 192.168 dot 10.1 10.1 space subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Okay, anything else which is asked is the subnet mask we have already given. You have to give a description, and the description is LAN network. Okay, so you can just copy this if you want, and in the interface you can give a description. Okay, and the description you can just paste it here, LAN network. It's just a information about that interface that you need to give. If it is asked, you please give it. The command is description, and whatever description you need to give, just give it over here. After that, after a space, you need to give it. Okay, the last thing is that you need to activate this interface. So the command will be no shut down. So you can see that you have enabled the interface. The interface is activated and it is up. Now you need to give the IP version 6 address also. IP version 6 address is given here. So I'll just copy that also. Okay. So in order to configure the IP version 6 address, the command will be IPv6 address and give the address here. That's all. 2001 db8 ACAD colon colon 1 slash 64. So you can see that that is already activated. It's also asking you to give this is the global unicast address that we have given. We can give the link local address also, which is given over here, FEAT colon colon 1. So for that I have to give the command like this, IPv6 address. Okay. Then if you have doubt, you can always use the question mark to check what is the next thing to give. You have to give the IPv6 address. Okay, you can give a link local address like this. So I'll just keep it here, paste, and then you have to give the command link local. So the command is IPv6 address. Okay, in order to give a link local IPv6 address, FEAT colon colon 1, and after that you give the command link. That's option that you need to give. So that is also done. It's also activated. Now you can check whether the interface configuration is running or not. And for that you can use the show IP interface brief, the same commands that we have done before. So for that again I'll go to end, which because these commands will work only in the privilege exe mode. So as you can see here, show IP interface brief, you can see the IP address is already set. Okay. Uh, and if you want to give for IPv6, if you want to view the IPv6 interface information, it's the same thing. Only thing you have to give IPv6 interface brief. So here also you can see the IP interface is already up because already we given the command no shutdown, and you can see both the IP addresses, the global unicast as well as the link local IP address are set, and that concludes the portion for the router. The router is already up here, and we have already verified that whether the configuration is there or not. Now let us do the same for the switch configuration. The good thing is that we have already copied these commands here. Okay, so I can just change some settings here. Instead of for the switch, the name of the device is S1. So the same thing I've given here, I just changed it as S1. Everything else is same, Cisco. Okay, login class, everything is same. Warning only admins, and save the configuration to startup config. That's the last command we already given it here. So what I do is I just copy this thing. Okay, uh, and I will paste it for the switch now. So I'll just close this one. This is already done. If you want, don't forget to again copy, run, start in case you want to save the settings that we have done last. So that's already done. Okay, I'll just close this one. Now what I'll do is that I have to connect it to the switch. So I'll do one thing. I'll just click on the blank space here. Okay, go here, delete this console connection. That's already finished. Again, I take the connection and RS-232. I give it for the switch so that I can connect it to the console and I can start working on the switch. Okay. So I'll go to PC1 here. I go to the terminal. I click OK. And now we can see that you have connected to the bootloader of your switch. Okay. So if you come down, you can just go down, 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 and you can see that you are already connected to the switch now. Okay. I'll just do one thing. I'll just check the commands here. All the commands are there. Only thing is that we need to give enable. I'll just copy this one. Okay, I forgot to type enable there, so I'll just type enable. I'll use configure terminal, and then what I can do is that I can just already there. I can just right click and paste. So I suppose all the commands that were copied here has been pasted here. Okay, the host name is S1, already it is done, console, all these things are there. So we are already finished almost. Copy run start, it will stop there for our confirmation for the destination file name, startup config, press enter, and that's it. So we have already completed the switch in a very easy way because of this practice of copying the commands into notepad and just pasting it over here. Only one thing left for the switch configuration. It is to configure the default gateway, which is 192.168.10.1. So I'll just go here again. Okay. We have to again configure terminal, and once that is done, you can give the IP default gateway. And what is the default gateway? Is given as 192.168.10.1, and the IP default gateway is set. So please look at the question. Configure the IP default gateway on 192.168.10.1. Give the command IP default gateway 192.168.10.1. You have to do it in the config mode. So that completes that. Now for PC0, to just give the IP information. So this is also completed. You can just close it. For PC0, you need to give some IP information. So go to desktop, IP configuration. Always you have to do it in the static, because static is where you are going to manually enter the IP address. If you have a DHCP enabled system, you can click on DHCP also. But in this case, we don't have it. We have a static IP address. So we'll just type the IP address here. So these are the IP address: 192.168.10.100, 255.255.255.0, and the default gateway is given as 192.168.10.1. That completes this exercise, and hope you understood all the switch and router configuration, and also how to configure the PC in this networking 2 practical. Thank you for listening, and have a great time.